What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, and today I am going to be discussing a very controversial topic in the, first-person shooter community in general, especially applicable to Battlefield 4. And this is the age-old question, does your KD, your kill-death ratio, matter in Battlefield 4? This is, of course, excluding the modes Team Deathmatch and Squad Deathmatch, because in those modes, the objective, the whole battle is PTFO, playing the objective versus KD. And in those modes, the kills is the actual objective. So the question again, does your KD matter in Battlefield 4? Yes. Is it the most important player statistic? No. In my opinion, the most important statistic is actually one that Battlelog does not and cannot track, and that is player fun. Battlefield 4 is a game. If you are playing in a competitive nature, well then, that's a whole nother story. But in general, most people play games to have fun. I like to play Battlefield 4 to have fun. Now, if you had to get down to an actual statistic, a player statistic that is, in my opinion, the most important, that is tracked by Battlelog and things like that, and that would be your win-loss ratio. I am a very competitive player. I play to win. Typically, I have more fun if I am winning. I still have fun if I'm losing. The gameplay itself is fun. The teamwork, the camaraderie, and all of that is very enjoyable. If both teams give a good try, then I'll probably be having fun. But in general, I like to consider the win-loss ratio the most important statistic. But that doesn't mean KD does not matter. Battlefield is a teamwork-focused, objective-based game. You got to use teamwork a little more so than other games, a little less so than other games, but you got to use teamwork with it being a class-based game, the way that the squad system works, the whole rock, paper, scissors, dealing with the different types of vehicles, air, land, and sea, and also infantry. There's a whole lot of teamwork that goes into it, and it is a very objective-based series. From the objectives that are actually in the round itself, whether it be obliteration, where you have to blow up the 3 different objectives and also defend your 3 objectives. You've got rush, where there's the MCOMs that you're attacking or defending, and then you have conquest and domination, in which you have the flags that you're trying to capture and defend. So Battlefield is a teamwork-focused, objective-based game, and it's typically considered by this fairly hardcore community in Battlefield that it's all about the objective. The objective is all that matters, which is true. Playing the objective is what is needed to win that round. You're not going to ever win a round of rush as an attacker if you don't ever take any objectives. You can get as many kills as you want, and it doesn't really matter. But in Rush, as defenders, that actually is your objective, to kill the opposing team as much as possible to reduce their ticket count to 0. In Obliteration, both teams could actually get 0 kills total, and one team could win. That's probably not going to happen. But in Conquest and Domination, I'm just going to call them Condom from henceforth, Conquest and Condom, they actually do require a certain amount of kills and deaths. You do have to reduce their ticket count. Yes, capturing those flag points is going to make the ticket count reduce faster, but you have to get the kills to get the ticket count to actually reduce over time for both Conquest and Domination. So you want to get as many kills as you can and die as little as possible. So for those objective-based games that I was just saying, Rush and Condom, getting kills is actually part of the objective. But in general, in any of the game modes, including Obliteration, getting kills and not dying really helps out your team to play the objective more effectively as a team. Because, enemies killing you stops your ability to play the objective. You can't do anything if you are dead. You could have armed something and then died, but you were alive when you actually armed that MCOM or something of that sort. So you do need to be alive. So if the enemies are dying more often on their team than you and your teammates are, it is much more likely that you and your team will be able to play the objective more effectively. If you have an entire 32-player team shooting at you and none of them are ever dying, it's going to be really difficult for your team to arm MCOMs or push forth with the bomb in obliteration. It's going to be very difficult to attack flags if you're just constantly dying and your enemy is not. So you need to get kills. Now, this probably seems like common sense, but a lot of people just get so heated into saying KD does not matter and that it's all about the objective. So that's pretty much what I'm getting at, is that KD is part of the objective in a lot of aspects. Now, should you be the sniper on attacking when you're playing Rush who's sitting way off in the distance, not pushing up on the MCOMs? If you're an amazing sniper and you can get headshots like crazy and things like that, then yeah, if you're getting kills just as fast and as often as the players on the front line, then you're doing a pretty darn good job. The only thing is, from back there, you're not a good spawn point. Your motion sensors are not going to be doing too much for your team. Being able to laze targets, you're probably too far away to laze any targets. They're probably also not in your line of sight at that range. It is very easy for things to get out of your line of sight. So there's that aspect of the objective as well. Teamwork is part of playing the objective. Getting revives, resupplying people, C4ing walls to open up flank points, or just blowing them up with noob tubes or RPGs and things of that sort. Getting those motion sensors out, getting those spawn beacons out. All of that is part of the teamwork aspect, and that is a part of the objective aspect, because that all comes into helping to make your and your teammates' ability to play the objective so much easier. So if you're killing the other teammates, that is also reducing their ability to play as a team and to use their team abilities. If you shoot an assault player, they can't revive people. They can't shoot smoke grenades. If you shoot a support guy, he can't resupply or C4 while he's down. If you shoot a recon, they can no longer throw out any motion sensors or C4 themselves, toss C4 out themselves. So getting kills is very important. It's not, something that you should just completely and utterly focus on. If your KD is all that you care about, then you're probably playing the game a little wrong. Granted, this goes back to what I said. It's all about the player having fun. I typically like to play in a way that makes it fun for everybody. So, there's that. I like to play on the front lines. I like to be a good spawn point. I like to revive. Probably half of my deaths in Battlefield 3, and probably will so for Battlefield 4, is when I jump out into the open and try to get people revived. Yes, sometimes it might be a Rambo revive. I don't necessarily know. But I just try to get those revives going because I know that I myself would love to get revived in certain situations. I know that I've injured the player that killed me enough so that I might be able to finish it off if I get revived. I probably know where they are a little more so than the person reviving me. So there can be some legitimacy to Rambo revives, especially with the new kill cam system. So basically, guys, what I'm saying in all of this is the KD matters. Don't just completely and utterly throw it out the window. Try to improve your kill game and be a real solid shooter. It's not just about flanking and strategy and tactics. It is also about being a good shot. I hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you have, taken a little bit of what I've said and apply it to some of your future games. If you guys have any comments, questions, hate what I've just said, please leave it in the comments below. Have a good one. Ta-ta.